You know what's interesting? Right now, as you're watching this, there's an invisible force working inside you. It's been working since the moment you woke up this morning. Actually, it's been working your entire life. And here's the really fascinating part. This force is either building the future you dream about, or it's quietly dismantling it, brick by brick, without you even noticing. Most people go their whole lives never understanding this force, never harnessing it, and then they wonder why things never seem to change. But you're here, so something tells me you're different. You're ready to understand what I'm talking about. So let me ask you something. Have you ever set a goal, felt excited about it, maybe even started working toward it, and then a few days or weeks later, you just stopped? Not because something catastrophic happened, but because you just sort of drifted away from it? Or maybe you've looked at someone who's successful and thought, what do they have that I don't? They're not smarter than me. They're not more talented. So what is it? Here's what I want you to know. You're not broken. You're not lazy. You're not missing some special gene that successful people have. What's happening to you is happening to almost everyone, and it's happening because nobody taught you about this silent force. Nobody explained how it works or how to use it, and that's not your fault. But now that you're here, now that you're paying attention, everything can change. Because once you understand this force, once you learn to direct it, there's literally nothing you can't accomplish. So what is this mysterious force I keep talking about? It's your habitual thinking. It's the patterns of thought that run through your mind every single day, most of them completely unconscious. And I'm not talking about the occasional worry or the random thought that pops into your head. I'm talking about the repetitive thoughts, the ones that play like a background soundtrack to your life. The thoughts you think so often that you don't even realize you're thinking them anymore. These thoughts are creating your reality, not in some mystical, magical way, but in a very practical, very real way. Your thoughts create your feelings. Your feelings drive your actions. Your actions produce your results. And your results reinforce your thoughts. It's a cycle. And most people are stuck in a cycle they didn't even choose. They inherited it. From their parents, from their environment, from society. And they're running this program day after day, wondering why nothing changes. Here's something that might blow your mind. Scientists have discovered that the average person has between 60,000 and 80,000 thoughts per day. Sounds like a lot, right? But here's the kicker. About 95% of those thoughts are the same thoughts they had yesterday, and the day before that, and the day before that. You're essentially thinking the same thoughts, which means you're generating the same feelings, taking the same actions, and getting the same results year after year. It's like being on a treadmill. You're moving, you're exhausted, but you're not actually going anywhere. And the really tricky part? Your mind thinks it's helping you. Your subconscious mind, which controls about 95% of your behavior, is designed to keep you safe and comfortable. It doesn't care about your goals or your dreams. It cares about survival. So when you try to do something new, something different, something that might actually move you forward, your subconscious freaks out. It floods you with doubt. It tells you you're not ready. It reminds you of every time you've failed before. It makes you feel uncomfortable. And what do most people do when they feel uncomfortable? They retreat. They go back to what's familiar, back to the same thoughts, the same feelings, the same actions, the same results. Now, let me share something with you that changed everything for me. There's a concept in psychology called paradigms. A paradigm is essentially a multitude of habits, a collection of beliefs and thought patterns that control your perception of reality. It's like wearing a pair of glasses that color everything you see. If your paradigm says you're not good with money, you'll find evidence of that everywhere. If your paradigm says you're not the kind of person who succeeds, you'll sabotage yourself every time you get close. Your paradigm is running the show, and until you change it, nothing in your external world will change permanently. You might have a lucky break here and there, but you'll always drift back to what your paradigm believes is true for you. This is why people who win the lottery often end up broke again. This is why people who lose weight often gain it back. Their external circumstances changed, but their internal paradigm stayed the same. And the paradigm always wins. Always. So how do you change your paradigm? How do you reprogram this silent force so it's working for you instead of against you? This is where it gets really exciting, because it's simpler than you think. Not easy, but simple. The first thing you need to do is become aware of your habitual thoughts. You can't change what you're not aware of. So for the next few days, I want you to pay attention. When you think about money, what thoughts come up? When you think about your career or your relationships, what's the narrative running through your mind? Is it empowering or is it limiting? Just notice. Don't judge yourself. Just observe. Write it down if you can. You'll probably be shocked at how negative and repetitive your thoughts are. Most people are. We walk around thinking we're positive people, and then we actually pay attention and realize we're beating ourselves up all day long. Once you're aware of these thoughts, you can start to interrupt them. Here's a technique that works beautifully. When you catch yourself thinking a limiting thought, stop and ask yourself, is this thought based on truth or is it based on fear? Most of the time, it's fear. It's your paradigm trying to keep you in your comfort zone. So you replace that thought with a new one, a thought that serves you, a thought that aligns with the person you want to become. For example, if you catch yourself thinking, I'm terrible with money, you stop and replace it with, I'm learning to manage money wisely. If you think I always fail, replace it with, I'm persistent and I learn from every experience. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds like positive thinking mumbo jumbo. But here's the thing. Your mind doesn't know the difference between a thought you think on purpose and a thought that just pops up randomly. It just processes the thought and responds accordingly. So if you're going to think thoughts anyway, and you are, you might as well choose thoughts that help you instead of hurt you. The second step is repetition. This is crucial. You can't just replace a negative thought once and expect your paradigm to change. Remember, these patterns have been running for years, maybe decades. You need to repeatedly impress the new thought onto your subconscious mind. This is where most people quit. They try the new thought for a day or two, don't see immediate results, and go back to their old patterns. But here's what you need to understand. Your subconscious mind learns through repetition and emotion. The more you repeat a thought, especially when you attach feeling to it, the deeper it sinks into your subconscious. And once it's in your subconscious, it becomes automatic. It becomes part of your paradigm. This is why affirmations work when they're done correctly. Not just mindlessly repeating words, but actually feeling the truth of what you're saying, even if it hasn't manifested yet. You're impressing a new image on your subconscious mind. And your subconscious will then work to make your external reality match that internal image. Let me give you something practical you can do right now. Pick one area of your life where you want to see change. Just one. Maybe it's your finances, your health, your career, your relationships. Whatever it is, write down the limiting belief you currently have about that area. Be honest. Then, write down the new belief you want to install. Make it present tense. Make it personal. Make it positive. For example, instead of, I will be successful, say, I am successful. I am attracting abundance. I am worthy of love. Whatever resonates with you. Now, here's the key. Read that new belief out loud at least twice a day. Once in the morning, once at night. And when you read it, don't just say the words, feel them. Imagine what it would feel like if that belief were already true. Get emotional about it. Your subconscious responds to emotion. The more feeling you put into it, the faster the change happens. The third step is action. You can't just think your way to a new life. You have to act your way into it too. But here's the beautiful thing. When you start changing your thoughts the right actions become obvious. You'll start seeing opportunities you never noticed before. You'll feel inspired to do things you were too afraid to do before. Your paradigm shift creates a momentum that carries you forward. So take action, even if it's small, especially if it's small, because small actions build confidence, and confidence creates more action. It's a beautiful upward spiral. If your new belief is, I am financially abundant, maybe your action is creating a budget or reading a book about investing. If your new belief is, I am healthy and strong, maybe your action is going for a 10-minute walk or drinking more water. It doesn't have to be dramatic. It just has to be consistent. Because consistency is how you prove to yourself that you're serious about this change. And when your subconscious mind sees that you're serious, it starts working with you instead of against you. Now, I want to address something important. This process isn't about denying reality or pretending problems don't exist. It's about refusing to let your current circumstances define your future possibilities. There's a big difference. You can acknowledge where you are while simultaneously working toward where you want to be. In fact, you have to. Because if you lie to yourself about your starting point, you can't create an accurate plan to get where you're going. But you also can't let where you are convince you that's all you'll ever be. Your current results are just a reflection of your past thinking. They have nothing to do with what's possible for you moving forward. Nothing. The moment you change your thinking, you begin to change your trajectory. It might not show up immediately in your external world, but it's happening. The seeds are being planted. And if you stay consistent, if you don't give up, you will see the harvest. Let me tell you something that might challenge you a bit. Most people are living by accident. They're reacting to circumstances, following the path of least resistance, doing what everyone else is doing. And then they're surprised when they end up with mediocre results. But you don't have to live that way. You can live by design. You can choose your thoughts. You can choose your actions. You can choose to become the person who achieves the things you want to achieve. It's all available to you right now. Not someday. Not when conditions are perfect. Right now. The only question is, will you do it? Will you commit to mastering this silent force? Because I promise you, if you do, if you really commit to changing your habitual thinking, your life will transform in ways you can't even imagine right now. You'll look back a year from now and barely recognize the person you used to be. And that's not hype. That's not exaggeration. That's just what happens when you align this force with your desires instead of your fears. So here's what I want you to do right now. Before you click away from this video, before you get distracted by the next thing, take 2 minutes and do what I described earlier. Write down one limiting belief. Write down the new belief you want to replace it with. And commit to reading that new belief twice a day for the next 30 days. Just 30 days. That's all I'm asking. 30 days of consistent repetition. You can do anything for 30 days. And if you do this, I guarantee you'll start seeing changes. Small ones at first, maybe, but changes nonetheless. And those small changes will build momentum. They'll inspire you to keep going. They'll prove to you that this actually works. I'd also love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me what belief you're working on changing. When you write it down and share it, you're making it more real. You're creating accountability. And who knows, your comment might inspire someone else who's struggling with the same thing. We're all in this together, even though sometimes it feels like we're alone. And if this video resonated with you, if you found value in what we talked about today, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss future content, because we're going to dive even deeper into these concepts. I'm going to show you exactly how to build the life you want, step by step, thought by thought. This isn't magic. This is understanding how your mind works and using that understanding to your advantage. This is taking control of the silent force that's been running your life and directing it toward your dreams instead of your doubts. You have so much power, so much potential. And it's been inside you this whole time, just waiting for you to recognize it and use it. So go do that. Start today. Start right now. Your future self will thank you. I'll see you in the next one.